Hello, hello, hello. There we go. Oh, that's pretty hot. Why is it spicy today? How you doing, everybody? To speak at a lower cadence. Oh. How you doing, everyone? How's things? How you doing, everybody? And this one is more menace. We got a lot of menace this morning. Ender Blade, how you going? Microcat, hello. Onyx, hello. Compile, hello. Snoz, hello. Wave. How you been? How's the week been? I am trying to think what I did this week. I had a lot of games. I spent a lot of my time, and I can't believe that this is work for me, but I played a lot of Menace. Mostly to capture footage to submit my score to like the Australian Screen Awards, you know, like the music Screen Music Awards. So it's like the the award ceremony that all the film and TV composers and now game composers submit to in Australia. So I spent a lot of time playing games, getting up to points where certain factions appear, and then realizing also as well that I need more of a certain faction and having to replay the game because I didn't have save files. And so, like, I played a lot of Menace. I feel like I am getting better at it. I feel like I am getting better, but it's a slog, guys. Kate, how you going? But I did it, guys. I managed to get enough footage to put together a reel. It is a hard life. I feel like you're making a joke, but it is a very hard life. Anyway, so we'll see how it goes. First time really submitting anything to anything for an award, so fingers crossed, guys. King Reg, how you going? Was it maybe Reg? Maybe it's supposed to be Reg because it's Regnog. I've been calling you Reg all this time. Reg, isn't it? Anyway, how's life been, guys? What did you guys get up to? I also started new work on a... Oh, not new work. More work on an existing game. And there's plenty more to do. I also got to start work on a new game this week. Lots to do. Theory of Machines, that's an old one. Nice choice. Trying to figure out how... No, I don't know. I don't know how to use this. You're not picky? Okay. Your friend did the la-di-da-di-da song, which is where I got it from, by the way. Huh? What do you mean, Kane? Yeah, Theory of Machines actually is one I've been thinking of going back and doing again, because that was a nice little track, a little simple thing. Might be able to expand it a little bit. I think it was too short. Sock plays, thank you. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm glad it's helping. What kind of game are you making? Oh my gosh, get out of here. Get out of here. Horizons is 2 shall pass, yeah. They also are some of my faves too, Onyx. Definitely this 2 shall pass has a... I don't know, it feels special for some reason. I don't know. It was one of those ones where it kind of unlocked a little bit of thinking about for me. So that was a good one. A good track. Just in a happy mood. Nice. That's always good. Currently working on a screenplay for a short film. Tossing together right now. Mostly clear my music. Nice. Listen to stream in the background. Soothing. Nice. Well, today the track. So I've got to finish the track today. This is the goal. I thought it was finished, and then I was listening back, and there's probably a few things that I'd like to tweak a little. So that's what we're going to work on today. It's a track you haven't heard yet. I think I wrote this off stream. But I need to finish it because I need to send up something to the Patreons. So I need to get it done. So it's an uplifting vibes. Like it's pretty par for the course, I think. But it's nice. It's a nice kind of. I think I wrote it actually. I've had a snippet from a BBC like nature documentary as like my inspiration for this one. So I think that was the vibe we're going for. I'm going to ask if I credit your music and program for future play, will that still count for credit? Yeah, absolutely, Cade. Absolutely. Absai, how you going? Good to see ya. Kirst, how you going? So anything crazy happened this week? Anything nuts? I'm trying to think of anything else that happened this week. I don't know, it's been watching a lot of soccer. Soccer has been really good second screen viewing this week. Very, very good. I got up the other morning to watch, I think on Saturday morning, to watch Australia play USA at like 5 a.m. in the morning, and they lost, which was not unexpected, but you know, still a bit of a drag to get up that early. Not that early, but it's before dawn, you know. It's dark still. Nah, oh good, Kate. A lot of people want to check. I get it. I understand. But yeah, you're fine. You're all good. But Australia's playing Paraguay on Friday at midday our time, so that's perfect. I don't have to do anything. I just have to trundle home for lunch. So good. Using work for a few feature films. Nice. That's awesome, Kirst. I hope it's going well. Very cool. Alright, let's maybe like do some work. It might be a shorter stream, depending on how we go today. I feel like it may not need a lot of work, this track, but if we can get pretty close to the, you know, completing it, I think it is there. I mean, it's the end. I had done all the work of like bouncing it out and everything, but it's yeah, it's looking back, it's like something about this track not quite ready to let it go. So this is what we're going to do today. We're going to review it, see how we're feeling. Dior, I'm doing good. Hope you're doing good too. I am doing well. Can't really complain. Just gonna unfreeze a few things. But yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm working, doing things, making music. This other side of the world. Dinner, yeah, right. Crazy how time works. That's awesome, Dior. Glad you like it. There are actually 2 Australian films that you've seen. No way. Primitive War? Oh, I have heard of that one. Australia has a weird filmmaking industry. Things we come up with. This is a new track? Yeah. Well, it's a new... Yeah, definitely new to you. You haven't heard it all. I haven't done any of this on stream. This has all been an off-stream one. So yeah, you get to hear it, see what you don't like about it, and tell me. I thought it was finished. It was one of those tracks where it's like I did all the work and I finished it off and packed it up, ready to move on to the next one. And it's like, oh, listening back, some of the strings particularly in this back section here, I'm not 100% said happy on. So that's what we're going to work on today and see if we can just make it a little bit better, like maybe 5% better, and I'll be happy. Let's have a listen. And you can hear it. You can hear it. I might turn it up a bit for you guys. Or maybe when the track starts, it'll be louder. No, not really. Maybe I'll turn that off. 11 dB. I'm going to write this down. Because I did kind of... That's on the VBC. Just so I know where it was when we began this stream. Sounds like stars, yeah, exactly. A lot of my music sensors sound like stars. I don't know what's going on there. It's pretty good. It's not too bad. I'm quite happy. Yeah. So this track, I did end up calling it. I didn't give it a title. It's called "With These Hands." So if I play it, I guess I can play it a little bit. I don't know. I won't get DMCA'd. I hope not. Is it still here? No, there's no video. It was done to a little like snippet of a documentary. Maybe I won't show it, but it was essentially albatrosses. So it's like a mum albatross flying home, landing, and then sort of feeding her little baby, and then flying off again. So it was like this sort of moment. Yeah. So it's like, it reminds me of like sort of family, I guess. Like sort of some sort of like home. It feels like home. So this is that what sort of track, that sort of sentimental sort of feeling of home, I guess. That was what I was going for. Oh, it is too. It is frozen. Why is it frozen? Come on. There we go. Not sure why. That's weird. That's weird. Good catch, Miller. Sounds like sunlight in the beginning of the night. Oh, that's nice too. That's nice. I love how everyone has their sort of feelings, but they're all nice. They're all good interpretations, I think. It's a good thing. That's what I love about the library, in that it can be kind of whatever you make it to be. And it's like, this is, you know, like music can be used in so many different, ways to make people feel different things depending on what's been shown to them as well. I find that so cool. That's like probably the best thing to come out of the library, to see how people interpret what I've done. Very cool. Okay, so what do I want to fix? There's stuff in this back section. There's like a little cello bit. So this is the first time I played with Vista to do these kinds of short playing. Vista is like normally long legatos, but I kind of figured out a way to make them sort of play like, almost sound like Mikado. It's a little bit out of time. So it's pretty cool. Vista is so versatile. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's a bit of uncleanliness. Let's just clean it up. I think it might be the cello more than the violin. Oh, it's a little bit of both. Try not to quantize it, because we don't need that. Maybe these two notes. Hey Jay, how you going? 2-hour meeting, your back hurts. Oh gosh, that's a long meeting. But it was worth it. Reminds you a little bit of Ascension, yeah, okay. It also reminds me a little bit, there's another track, it's called In oh my god, In Silico. Another track on the library called In Silico, which was like my my Sims kind of vibe. It's like a Sims vibe. Um, but it has that kind of feel as well. The end of that track has this kind of the feeling in this track as well. Oh, thank you, no one. I will never stop. I don't think I can. I don't know why. I don't know why. Just comes out. You know, as I told everyone, I keep on telling them this story, but I quit years ago. I quit music years ago because I was working in the LA, and I was burning out, and but it didn't take extraordinarily long for me to just kind of, you know, keep on, do it again. And here we are again. Here we are. So it's probably not easy to make me stop for too long. So I'm just gonna make that a little bit longer. Something, maybe it's the mod wheel, maybe. Yeah, this is a track Jay I wrote off stream, so it's I think a track I thought was pretty much finished, and it is. It's pretty close. But I thought I'd reopen it just to like tighten a few things, fix a few, sort of weird swells and stuff that I thought I could probably do a little bit better. Maybe they need to be conjoined. Yeah. They don't sound like it's out of time to me, so what's going on here? Maybe it was the violin. So that definitely was a little bit out of time. Yeah, maybe I fixed it. Still a little funky. It was a little bit early. So this will definitely go out to the Patreon this week. Definitely, Kate. But it might be a couple of weeks before it's public. What's going on there? What's going on there? I think that's all right. Save that. Thanks, Jay. I'm happy with it too. It's a nice vibe. Cool. Yeah, a big part of it was actually this. The library, was it the primaries from Slate and Ash? This was these are cool libraries, man. Like some of these arts that they come up with. Just really magical. Put it through, I got a delay, a little bit of a driver, like distortion sort of thing. So it adds a little bit of bit of noise, little artifacts in the background. And then I got the playing around with this, the handcrafted. Oh wow, that doesn't look right. What's going on there? It's probably because it's frozen, maybe. I don't know. It just has like a weird character to it that I kind of love, you know? Adds a little bit of intimacy and a little bit of like rawness, particularly if you don't play it too quantized. Sao, how you doing? Don't know how to say your name. Say Rixo. It's so whimsy, yeah. Is the piano colors blown? No, this one's as a separate. It's not a Native Instruments one. It's handcrafted. So these ones are these are Native Instruments. We're not using them actually. I could just get rid of them. But yeah, this is handcrafted. So it's a piano that I got advertised on Instagram. So I was targeted. Oh, absolutely in Faraday. I would love to do more like environmental recordings and kind of respond to them, you know what I mean? That'd be cool. This is Cakewalk. Cakewalk Sonar. So it's like it's like Cubase or Logic or whatever. It's just like those. I think it's developed or supported by a company named BandLab now. Used to be another It used to actually be Cakewalk. Cakewalk used to make it, and they went bust. They went broke because Gibson went broke. I think they were bought by Gibson a few years back, and then Gibson went under, which is crazy. That's good. I know the really reason I use it is because I've been using it for like 30 years. So I'm going to be right back, guys. I'm going to have a quick bio break. See you, Onyx. Have a good one. Have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good sleep. I don't know where you are in the world. For some reason, I thought this violin was worse than it is. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like harsh. I'm a harsh critic. It's kind of like... So this is all frozen, so I kind of don't want to do much to it. Works for me. Question about music for live streaming. Do you have any rules or regulations? Just a credit somewhere that makes sense. If you're streaming on YouTube, just make sure there's a credit in the description, because the VOD may get a claim if you don't have the credit there. So and it can be anything, something super generic. It can just be like, you know, includes music by Scott Buckley. It just has to have my name in there. On Twitch, I don't know, just somewhere that makes sense. I think a lot of people tend to put it in like the, you know, like the sort of description panels underneath, you know, one of those panels there. Like if you're using people's music, you can just say doing something. But yeah, it doesn't make sense there. There's no like strict system on those systems because it's on those platforms, or on like Facebook or anything as well, because there's no... we don't have any mechanism to track it, whereas YouTube has got that sort of system in place for that. So yeah, on their screen too, yeah. So it stays in the VOD. True, that's true. I guess just to because my music is in Content ID, and for you to be able to use it on YouTube without getting a claim, you have to have a description that includes my name in the description of the video. So a credit in the video description. That's just how it works. So if you want to avoid a claim, I mean, I'm more than happy for you to put a thing on the VOD as well, because a lot of people don't necessarily look at descriptions anymore. But it's just a, you know, I want y'all to avoid getting a claim if you don't need it. So you know, that you can do. Look on the AVM music in the background. Yes. How do you do a Rush E? Because I feel like, because I got my upload of Rush E, like in that Note Block Orchestra, it got claimed because it's obviously, you know, incredibly close to the original. It's note for note for part of it. Do you get claimed if you play that on stream? How does that work? Hasn't found it yet. Okay, very good. Good to hear it. Yeah, because yeah, it's pretty close. I mean, it deviates a little bit when I start adding the orchestra and stuff at the end, but yeah, okay, maybe talking over. Yeah, maybe the assistants are pretty good though. Like I feel like they can pick a track a mile away. One thing we're having issues with the moment is that sometimes it's part of the system that is not as good as others in terms of determining the music. And so sometimes my music gets used in videos, and if the dialogue is loud enough, what happens is that our system doesn't pick it up. And so it leaves it open for other claims. And what happened? Some weird publishing claims start happening. So publishers are like people who manage the composition royalties. So not the master royalties, which is like the actual recording, which is what we're trying to manage here. I mean, there are composition rights attached to what I'm doing too, but there's different systems essentially that run in the background of YouTube. And if our system doesn't see the music. It leaves it open to these publishers to do things, and it's a bit weird. Like we're having a lot of issues at the moment, but it's supposed to be a rollout at some point from YouTube to fix that issue. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed we get it solved. But if you do have issues, just let me know. There's a claim form on my website that usually allows you to like choose who the claimant is. So if you do have issues with a publisher, just put like choose who it is. If it's someone that's not listed, you can just put it in there as who the claimant is, and then I'll sort it out. My Frequency Music's pretty good at getting things resolved for folks, which is really nice. Very lucky to have them. Number Blocks creator, how you doing? Like to join lives? Welcome, join our life. Yeah, I got a track. This is called a track of. I've named this track With These Hands. I feel like it's like a little bit of a, building a home kind of vibe, Montage. It's montage quality. I'm doing pretty good. 109. Yeah. Can't complain. Things are chugging along. Yeah, Wedding J, yep. I agree. Yeah. Seeing a life together. That's like sort of things unfolding. Culminating at the wedding. Absolutely. Very beautiful. Very touching. I feel like sometimes the violin dips too far. Maybe that was what I was hearing. So it disappears and then comes back. violin, that sort of section here is the very sort of forcefully played violins. It's like a bonus thing which I use all the time. It's very vibrato. I wonder if I'm gonna try something out and just change it back to, where are we? Fiesta. Fiesta. Just the violin, normal violin patch. See how that feels. 'Cause it's a little less vibrato. I kind of like the vibrato because it has that sort of old worldy kind of overly played sort of sweet string sound that, like sometimes happens in, those glorious 1950s films. But oh no, that's not what I want. I want this. But we'll see how it goes. Maybe less vibrato might work here. But we're using the close mics on these ones, so we're going to get rid of those. Swap it over. We're doing a fan animation. Vicky Mitzi have some sort of wedding. Oh, that's nice. Absolutely, Jay. It needs to be louder, clearly. Do I do commissions by chance? If so, what's the best place to get in contact with that? You could send me an email through the contact form on my website. Our only problem is at the moment I'm pretty sort of locked out till the end of the year. Well, I don't know. You can hit me up and see what, like, if you got, like, I don't know, time coming up. Just let me know. You can, Hector, yes. All you need to do is credit me. Yeah. The one issue I guess that some people, like some game devs have at the moment is that games being played on stream that include my music. So if you have like Twitch streamers or like YouTube streamers playing the game, they can get a copyright claim because they probably don't know that the music, like they need to credit me in their descriptions to avoid getting a claim. So that's a bit of an issue. One thing that has helped a little bit is that if you let me know ahead of time of like, publishing the game on Steam and you think that a lot of streamers are going to play it, just let me know the name of the game or like some keywords that might be good, that streamers will probably use in, their descriptions or like game, like the stream titles, for the game, particularly for the game, like specifically related to your game. And let me know, and I can add them as keywords for the tracks that you use. That has helped quite a lot. Did you hear about Christopher Larkin? He's the guy who does like Hollow Knight and whatnot. Did something happen to him? Something I don't know about yet? I mean, his music's great. What happened? Something weird happened. In Silk Song, right? Yeah. Yeah, no, it's fine. I don't think anything's weird happened. Yeah, he's great. Chris was great. Very good. Cool King. Nice. Made a couple of sounds. They're more than a song than just a sound. Just experiment with what sounds good and what doesn't. Turns out pretty good. Experimenting is Definitely the way forward. Gotta experiment. Gotta make the sounds and figure out what they're gonna do, what they want to do. So that's my composition style. I just kind of like start with some little nugget of an idea or a sound and just kind of vibe from there. That's pretty much how I write music. No, I think I like the vibrato. And everything you go to live, every live is a bit delayed. I feel like I do because I use Restream, so it's like I think it's sort of embedded into it. Unfortunately, I think if I was using like some sort of like local setup to do the like the multi-stream thing, might be less of a delay. So I apologize for that, guys. It's a very like an easy solution for me because it just works. You know what I mean? I have to figure it out. And also, like sometimes these music projects kind of tax the computer a bit, and it's nice to know that like I don't have to like stress my computer to do multiple streams going up into the cloud. Grim Vulpine, how you going? Richard Garrett tries to claim back the Ultimate franchise. That's awesome, Sif. Or maybe I don't know. Is it awesome? Oh, Snows, you got claimed, did ya? Anyway, what the issue is? Can you send me? Oh, I'll just look up your channel right now. Go to channel. Is it the same channel as your Snozzy? Do 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 do. Let's see. Quick look. Okay. I can only see inactive claims. So that makes me think, Snoz, that makes me think that you might have a publishing claim. If you check the claimant on there, does it say something like Centric or Centric Music Publishing? Snozzy 818, is that a different one? Ah, okay. Snozzy 818. Hmm. Can you just... Oh, wait, is this it? Can you just link a link to the channel? Can you, Snoz? Because I can't find it. Doing it live, guys. No. Can you just link? Can you link the channel? So it's just link it, and I'll have a quick look. Or your user thing. That's okay. I should if it's listed. If we've claimed it, then we will be able to see it in our back end. Like otherwise, it won't claim at all. It wouldn't be claimed if something hasn't seen it. First, I have a question about AVA motifs. There's two motifs, one that plays in AVA 11, one that plays in 10 for the box. My friend wonders if they're not victims, whose are they? I'm trying to think about what motifs they might be. Sometimes I come up with themes just for like the action for that episode. Sometimes it's not always a like a character theme. It's more just like a theme to carry on the energy and create a sort of a sense of like who's the good guy, who's the bad guy kind of thing. So, but I don't know. I'm trying to think what might be in 11 that you might have. Ooh, that's really loud. Occurs in 11, in 13 when hacker. Do you have any time codes, Grip? Ominous one it plays in the box. I guess the ominous one's kind of more like a. It's more like the sound designy sort of. I guess the sound of their schemes and the organization. I guess that's working rather than a particular theme for anything. A lot of the elements that I've pulled from those episodes appear as part of themes, kind of like as sound design for the themes to support them. But a lot of them haven't become clear themes of their own. Yeah. Sith. Interviewing him next 3 weeks. Really? Wow. Okay. I don't have any questions other than like, yeah, I'd really like to know what he has planned. How old is Richard Garriott these days? Oh, he's not that old. Cedric, okay. Thanks, Noz. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna link this to you. This is a form that you can fill out. So this is for you, Snoz. So go there and just fill it out. It'll ask you for the claimant. Put in Centric Music Publishing. And the team that runs the form will figure it out. It usually takes maybe a day or two. So if you want to like publish it, and keep any of the revenue, make sure you put a claim in on YouTube, because that means that essentially all the revenue that's generated by that video doesn't go to Centric, it goes to you. It just gets kept in an escrow, so it's like a little account that sort of holds it for you until the claim's removed. So it's up to you, but usually pretty good at clearing it. Okay. Oh, cool. We got time codes, everybody. 147. 147. Yeah, I don't know. That wasn't really it ended up more being like a track to sort of highlight the desperation of Victim. It wasn't really, it sort of, elements of it did sort of, I guess, become part of Victim's theme. Like definitely like the patches I was using in there have sort of got moved across. But that it got moved to, that was definitely appeared in Hacker as part of his theme. Um, yeah. So it's kind of like his sort of like, Victim rising to, rising to power, I guess. That's like that sort of um where I've used it, I guess. Slash yeah, I guess like in that everyone, he's not really rising to power, but he's kind of suffering. And I guess that's where the power comes from. His pain. His pain that he's felt at the hands of Alan. Um but yeah, there's not necessarily always a huge plan, unfortunately. Sometimes we manage it, but sometimes you just need something that sounds really cool. But I try my best to bring elements from where I've used it before um, into the new episodes. I don't know if that helps a lot. 335. Oh, and 10. UVA 10. What was it? 335. Oh, pretty close. Yeah, that patch I use a lot to sort of, it's almost like highlighting their like evil thinking or their planning. It's like a very common sound I'm using since the box. Um, Sort of really creates like a air of like, I don't know, just like devious thinking. You know what I mean? Trying my best. Like it's one of these things where like I'm trying my best to bring a voice to these characters almost. Like to make you feel like you know what they're thinking, and those elements really help, I think, with setting that sort of mindset. Like, oh, okay, they've got something planned. Oh, that's awesome, Andy. Thank you. Thank you so much, man. I feel like my library stuff is very different to the stuff I write for Alan, um, but it is what it is. So the Dark Lord definitely has a theme now. thanks to came at the end of Hacker. So that sort of maybe I can get a piano up. But that da 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 that sort of motif. That's the Dark Lord. That's the Dark Lord. That is his thing. And so it's all the way through the machine, sort of interplaying with with victims theme. TCO hasn't really had a theme developed, so no, we haven't really done that. No, I guess there's a little bit in perhaps in Wanted. Um, there is a sort of there was a sort of a heroic theme in there, but yeah, I don't have to think about that. A lot of it is like you're sort of acting in the moment, creating things for the action that you're seeing rather than like some master plan. Because quite often we're very reactionary, unfortunately. I love math as animation versus maths. Probably one of my favorite 109. That and animation versus physics. They were really good episodes. Really proud of Alan and his team for making those. They're really good. Oh, that's awesome, Faraday. Get rid of that stress. So right, Mac. Absolutely. there's some weird things going on in the bases here. They're cutting out. Let's solve that. Heavy physics is so interstellar, yeah. It's very, very interstellar. Very Project Hail Mary, although that wasn't out at the time. But yeah, same. Some pretty deep vibes there. Pretty out there. Pretty good at math, eh? Apparently, AI is coming for all mathematicians. That's what I've heard. AI is solving problems that humans haven't been able to solve. But it does it in very weird ways. Like it does it in very very unugly kind of ways. And so humans are there kind of to clean up the messes that they make. It's interesting though. So things are changing, man. AI is screwing with everybody's job. What's going on here? There's a double thing going on here that I cannot see because it's hidden. There we are. That should solve the issue. Yeah, exactly, Andy. I think it was turquoise. Yeah, that's so cool. That was a really good job. They did a great job. Yeah, AI is an interesting thing, man. Like I'm not just outright against AI. There are very good uses of AI. And I don't know what the feeling is in the maths community. Maybe they want this so that they can move things along that have been sort of stuck for decades. I know, like I've talked about this many times. But I used to work in science, and I had colleagues that were using AI as a tool for essentially predicting protein folding. So, looking at a protein sequence and then using the probability of various interactions between amino acids in the protein sequence, within the protein, predicting how it would fold three-dimensionally. And they will use this to figure out, active sites because this was it's an enzyme, so it's actually a protein that's involved with catalyzing certain reactions. In this instance, actually, it was a transporter, so it was grabbing amino acids from out in the soil on a plant root surface and then shuttling amino acids into the plant. So it's a pretty cool and kind of important important protein. But a lot of research has been done about it, and a lot of money has been funneled into actually, using, various forms of crystallography to actually figure out the three-dimensional structure of it. So they had to come to other ways of doing it. And they used AI. They used AI to make a prediction. And from that, they've been able to continue their research. That's a really good example. I think another good example is in cancer detection, where you're actually spotting things in scans that a human eye can't necessarily detect. I think those are good things. Those are always going to be good things, but there's obviously other parts of this as well. And you've heard the stories. I don't know. I don't know what's good, what's bad anymore. I did curse, yeah. I have a PhD. I have a PhD in science. I worked in Sweden for 5 years doing soil chemistry research, soil geochemistry. Good times. I kind of miss it, to be honest. It was a good life. But we had to choose something. It was a choose between science and music, and music was doing very good and still is. And I think I chose correctly, but still sad. Still sad to leave it behind. What kind of process do you go through in writing? It's a very good question. I don't know where to start even when I write. I mean, I'm very improvisational, I think, when I'm writing. And this is kind of developed though over a lot of time. So one thing I guess I stress people who are starting out in writing is that don't beat yourself up because it does take time. It's like practicing an instrument. You only get better the more you do it, unfortunately. And developing your ear and getting this sort of ideas in your head about how music works, I guess, how it's structured and what things work at the same time. So how things sort of piece together, I guess. So I mean, I'm very improvisational when I'm writing. So I've said earlier this stream, I was like, I kind of like start maybe with a little bit of a nugget of an idea, like it might be a chord structure or a synth patch. I find it kind of discovered or something very sort of small. It's not really, I'd never really have a fully formed idea in my head. I do have an idea of kind of what feeling I want to strive for. but I kind of just kind of start at the beginning and then just kind of respond to myself, put something down and then add something to that and then add something to that and then keep on going until the track's done. Pretty much it. Um, but a lot of people don't like doing that. They like to have a much more clear idea of what the music's going to do over time, and that's fine. That's not the way I work, but that can also be a good way to work if you want to have an idea of where the music needs to end or where it needs to hit at certain points. I find that I do have a lot of similar ways of structuring my music, even though I might be improvising my way through a work. I often have like a feel for how a track should ebb and flow that sort of matches a lot of tracks I've written in the past. And so like I would often find I'll have an opening section. Like a lot of it actually comes from writing for, I used to, back in early 2000 or mid 2000s, mid to late 2000s, I was doing a lot of music for film trailers. So tracks that are you're providing for editors for putting into film trailers, they kind of have to have a structure to them. So often they have like a little tiny little intro. They'll have an opening section, a middle sort of section that might be sort of very low energy, that builds up to a big dramatic back end, which is like the big placements and the big, action films, those kind of thing. And then like maybe an outro at the end. But it's like a sort of an arc, I guess, for the track. Which hasn't changed too much. It has changed a little bit over time, but at that time that was kind of like the idea for a track. And I think that sort of, it's embedded in me a little bit, maybe a little bit too much. But now I sort of structure a lot of tracks like that, where I'll have an intro, I'll have a little middle section that builds up to a more fully developed version of maybe like a theme that I had started in the opening, which then ends with a little outro. But this is something that just sort of developed in me over time, and and I think it's come from that time in my life where I was really doing a lot of that work. It does make it easier as well for editors to find bits of music that pair of different energies. So it's good for the kind of catalog of music that I have now that people are using for putting on social media. But it's definitely not like I'm not aiming to do that. I just kind of do it. You like Dark Lord's theme? Nice. That violin's cool. It's a cool little it's like a harmonic violin patch. Really sort of short harmonics. It's really cool. It's actually a patch from, you guys can, it used to be free. I'll load it up, but it's like a patch from Spitfire Audio. They still have labs, but this is from like an earlier version of labs, and I'm really afraid to remove it because it's so good. The patches in this are so good. And I don't know whether they've transferred a lot of these over. I'm worried. I haven't really not explored the new labs. Anyway, the violin, it's called the Violin Harmonic Birdsong. So, if I can load it up, I'll put it through the strings. Oh, not that. So I wanted something that sounded like really kind of creepy, something's not right, something a little bit off. And so I like flirting with these sort of notes around the tonic that sort of resolves, and then it sort of clashes and then resolves. And so that's pretty much the Dark Lord theme. It's very simple. Um, Mostly came out of that last little bit in Hacker that I needed something to be like something short that fit with the character, obviously, but wasn't like something that was very long and tedious. But it's like it's kind of theme that allows you to build, because a lot of Victim's theme is kind of very grandiose, like sort of rising sort of chords that are very, almost very classical style sort of, drama. Um, and the Dark Lord's theme kind of does that as well. It has a lot of room to like do these sort of very gothic almost kind of chord movements, and you can hear that at the end of the machine where it gets very dramatic. Yeah. So that's the Dark Lord. Might freeze that again. Nice, end of blade. Soon you will be replacing me. I think this is good. I think this is done. I don't think there's anything I can do with this that will improve it vastly. I think that's close enough. I did what I could. So we can do this. We can close this. We'll go back. Yeah, I'm going to live forever. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But it reminds me of music from Rival. Rival's great. So sad we lost Johan Johansson. This is crazy to think. So young. Alright. We might just switch over to another project. This will take a while. Hold on to your hats. But that's good. I think it's cleaned up. Little things that are were kind of bothering me. They're dissolved. They're dissolved, yeah. They're dissolved. They're also resolved. So that's good. So get to master that. I think it's pretty close to. I think it was kind of mastered. So. Oh no, you get to see all the things that I've been working on. What was I working on? It was in sketches, wasn't it? Stream sketches. Which one was it? Was it this one? I think it was this one. This is the one I was working on last week. Well, I hope dinner was good. How did I get started working with Alan? So he had used some of my library stuff, library music, in a much earlier episode, or episodes maybe. And yeah, just one episode he was working on. I think it was, so. Wanted was the first. Not wanted. The showdown. The AVA was the first episode. He reached out and said, "Hey, we got this thing. We been using your music and we like it. We thought we'll ask if you're interested in helping out in scoring stuff." And we gave it a go. The idea was to see how he felt after this one episode. It was only short. It's like 3 minutes of music. And it worked out. We enjoyed our time together, and we just kept on doing it. I think the next one was an AVA. I think it was parkour for AVM for my Animation versus Minecraft. And then it just kind of went from there. We just kept on working together. And so at the time I wasn't really looking for work. I was still happily working as a soil scientist over in Sweden, and I was doing music. I was kind of playing around with the library and writing music for that, and getting into a consistent pattern as well because sort of had a little bit more time in the evenings, and we're doing more Twitch stuff as well. We were actually streaming a lot back then. And so it helped me really get a really consistent sort of release thing going. So I was doing a lot of writing, but I wasn't really looking for project work. But this came along, and being Alan, because I remember him from way back in the early dark days of YouTube when it started out, and he had his first animation was one of those early viral hits, So that was good. So I said, he seems pretty legit. This probably would be a good bit of fun. So yeah, we went from there. Handmade pizzas, want or not? Oh my gosh, a bit jealous, man. But yeah, that was that. Very happy to work with him. And of course, because he has such a big audience, it's been a great way to help meet a bunch of new people who have probably never heard of me because why would they? So it's nice. It's good for everyone. All right, can you guys hear this? I think you can. Hmm. Yeah, Purple Sleep's probably a good one. Noteblock Universe. That was a pretty good one. I mean, I think my favorite was probably like, and I made first physics. I really like that episode, just because I got to experiment with some really cool, ideas and have a bit of fun. But it's not like iconic, I guess. um, I really liked like a theme. The theme, like my favorite theme, I guess, of all of them, is probably Herobrine's theme in AVM 30. So it's the theme where when Herobrine shows up and starts, fighting the king, King Orange. That was probably I love that theme. I had a lot of fun with that one. And just how it sort of shows up in the middle of this sort of the chaos, the sort of music parts, and sort of this very slick. Oh, I think it's slick. I was trying to make it as slick as I could. This sort of very calm, kind of, drippy kind of trap beat sort of theme. That was just cool. It was just cool. As cool as I could make it anyway. You don't remember it? Oh no. I'm gonna bring it up. What was it? AVM 30. So where would it be? Anyway, that's the Hero thing. It's. I mean, it carried a lot of the same orchestration from the rest of the episode, so I can understand you getting like not hearing any of it really, and it gets lost with all the sound effects. But I don't know. I just felt like a cool little moment to introduce that sort of this the chaos at that point, and then it's sort of this slick sort of simple theme, and then it just builds up again. But yeah, anyway, fun times. Yeah, they're synths. They're synths. It's also I felt pretty proud because I don't really do a lot of like drum programming. That's not really my forte, particularly like electronic style drums at all. I feel like I'm getting better, and I'm getting better mostly because of the work I'm doing for Alan because he wants me to do it. You know, he wants these sort of things, so I try, and I definitely feel like I'm getting better and making it work with my way of producing. Um, but yeah, Alan's been great for pushing me as a producer and composer, definitely. Oh, the strings are way too quiet. Thank you, Andy. Glad you like it. I'll just bring up 6 and then drop it down 6. Do 5 something like that. Number 1. Okay, I think maybe gonna bring this piano, this sort of short piano thing that's going on across to a new instance of Contact. And then we can play around with the volume a bit more. I want to go into the music a bit. I'm also the type to start a project or try to start one and never finish it. That's okay. I think that's a lot of people in music too. Definitely. I think the important thing is as long as you finish some things, you know? Might zoom in. Zoom in a bit. Cut there. See you one tonight. Have a great night. Sleep well. I have to have another bio break, guys. Getting old. Be right back. Be right back. Be right back. Hey, Mila. The right idea. We've got a vibe going. Just got to get the right. Something's going on. Something's going on that I'm not enjoying. So we got this kind of like a kick, I guess. We got a sort of soft plodding kick. What was that piano? Random note in the piano. Try like a little bit of a double bass thing. Gonna EQ it a little bit. Do 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 do. Is that one or the jazz bass? I think it's the upright. Hey, you're pretty maniac. Beautiful day it is, yes. Nice crisp morning, very nice. Just in from gardening. But I keep working, I know. Wish I had my own garden. I'd be out there gardening myself, maybe. Or maybe not, I don't know. I ever thought about having my own merch, a collectible album, exclusive AVM vinyl. I have thought about dabbling with the vinyl thing, but it's also like, I don't know. It is quite a costly endeavor. And I just don't know how much my audience really would be interested. You know what I mean? They might say they are, but then, you know, who actually will put the money down? As I said, maybe last stream I was like, maybe doing like some sort of funded Kickstarter or something, so I'd actually get an idea at least, and how many people would be interested, and they could tailor the release based on that. So I thought about for the definitely for like Menace, like AVM, would be cool. AVA when it comes out. Um, uh, Fully Frontier, a lot of these albums, like there probably would be some interest, I think, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how much to put down and music courses. I don't know. I've thought about it, but it's like I don't know if I'm the greatest person to be teaching. Um, Cats purr. Hey, go on. What are we talking about? Oh, talk about all sorts of things. We're all talking about all sorts of things. How you doing? I do drop in on your stream every now and then. It's such a nice stream to hang out and perfect lurker stream. Hope you're doing well. I thought about doing a music reacts video, a stream like some YouTubers do. Yeah, maybe. Again, is that the kind of thing you want me to see? You see me doing? I don't know. I mean, sharing my love of things would probably, that'd be fun. That'd be really fun. Oh, cats. I don't think I have, so maybe I'll have to, have to do a bit more. Clearly you're not doing it enough. No, don't do that. Did I always know you're... I didn't know if you were in Finland, cats. Were you always in Finland? Oh, I'm sorry that it's hot. That's no good. Finland shouldn't be hot. It should be comfortable. It should always be comfortable. It's the same with Sweden. Yeah. Oh my god. Why did I not know this? Not anymore, eh? A little bit different. You should be in bed right now. What are you doing? Yeah, okay, Miller, yeah. Well, I have to think about it. There should be, maybe there is much more interest um, than I give my audience credit for. Ash from Canada, yeah. Okay. So you got over here at some point. That's awesome. Good times. Well, I hope you enjoyed Finnish life. I'm a little jealous. We're missing Sweden dearly. It is wintertime here, but Brisbane wintertime is kind of like northern Sweden summertime. It's not really that cold. So it's pretty mild. Pretty mild. I mean, Miller, I think like I have to, and probably have to. It's been probably a year or two since I last investigated like vinyl production, and not really seriously. It might be worth getting quotes because I don't know how much it costs, and a lot more people doing it now. So it's like I feel like there's more. The more it becomes popular again, the more production spins up and the cheaper it gets. So, I mean, maybe it's changing given all the recent economic nonsense, but it might be worth investigating again. Yeah, absolutely cats. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's very similar to Sweden. Yeah. I miss that. Miss that. Australia's fine. Everyone's pretty cool here, but it was just on another level, I think, in Sweden. You like incredulity? That's awesome, guys. That's cool. Just go and these ones can be quantized. That's fine. Nah. There we go. Oh. Come on, show it.
Needs a wash. Just be careful.
Okay. But this is what Amanda just made me. She made me a waffle weave blanket made out of hand-dyed wool. How about that, guys? Let's go full screen. This is worthy. Yeah, it is. Check it out. And it has to be washed. So it means that it'll get all sort of even wafflier. But that's cool, right? Look at that. That's some hardcore weaving there.
You chose the color.
And I chose the color, yep. It originally was wool that was supposed to be for a cardigan when I was living in Sweden. But then it sort of got half made and then we moved back to Australia and then it just didn't happen. Mostly because if you followed through, I guess, Manny, I wouldn't fit into it because I've been growing my muscles too much. I'm too swole now, guys. I wouldn't be able to fit in my old fitting.
You also don't need it because you live in Brisbane.
Yeah, that's great. I think it's a lovely color too. Checking. Can you see the variegation? It's like, yeah, that. Pretty cool. Thank you, Manny. Appreciate it. That's a good size. I'll see what it looks like afterwards.
Yeah.
Have some bad news. What? Oh no. What did he buy this week? Did he get... What did he get? Bagpipes? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out the worst... The worst sort of... He got bagpipes. I knew it. Well, make sure he's not playing them indoors, because I don't think they're an indoors instrument. It's broken? Okay, you have to get them fixed. There's a bit of time. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, cats. Maybe we don't need bass in this section. No, send him to the park. That's where I think people should learn to play bagpipes. Share it with everybody. Out into the forest. Just go and let him commune with nature and his bagpipes. Just let him wander. Whoops. I heard incredulity on a Minecraft shader pack video. Okay. I mean, I've come across my music in some, not strange places. I don't tend to watch strange videos, but it's like videos that I wasn't expecting to hear it on, and all of a sudden it's there, and it's like, oh, that music sounds familiar to me somehow. Maybe we need to change that. What's the Wiz video? See my music in? I don't think I've seen weird things. But it's just a couple of like channels where like quite big, either like YouTube, like there's a lot of like cinema channels like talking about film and filmmaking, and that was one of those channels that I just watch all the time, and all of a sudden there's my music in the background. There's another one where as an astrophysicist in the UK that I think it's Cool Worlds, the channel is called Cool Worlds, and I was just watching, I tend to have his videos on when I'm doing things on the computer, and as a second screen viewing, and he was using one of my tracks in there too, so it's like nothing weird, just places where like I've been, things I've been watching for a while, all of a sudden start using my music. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Oh, Mandy, is the blanket there?
Sorry?
Is the blanket available? I just need to show it again. I'll be right back. Here it is. Here it is. Waffle weave blanket. Oh. Pretty cool. Is it gonna focus in? And so it's like, so it's waffle weave. So once it's been washed, it'll all those sort of little squares will kind of come in and become even more accentuated, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it's great. I'm very lucky. I got louder. I got a bit loud. Sugar, hey, gone. Vista strings, yes. Can't hide them. I always use them, so you know it's a pretty good chance you'll spot them. Urban Explorer, how you going? Sleep well, Andy. Oh my gosh. I don't know how you're doing it. There's a few fumbles in the piano. Kind of looks fine though. I don't know. What's going on? Is it the bass? It's getting there, Shorker, yeah. I think it's, yeah, the violin melody. Is that what you mean? Or there's like this sort of chugging sort of strings underneath. I think my idea has been to record some accordion. So I think that'll be on the cards later this week. Bust out the like my 80 bass accordion and see if I can actually. I've had a few practice playthroughs. It may take a couple more. It may take a couple more to get better at it. Oh, that's awesome, Urban Explorer. That's great. Great to hear that. Pursue your education, Shoko. Have fun. Sort of a sweet, quiet ending. I like it. It's a vibe. I feel like some of these notes hit and there's like something dissonant in the bass. Right there. What's going on there? No, it's not that. You're late. Oh, no, yeah. He gone. He gone. I might have to go soon too, guys. It's lunchtime. And I'm feeling... I always do. When I feel the hunger. I wonder what it is. Maybe it's the piano. Yeah. It's this note. Maybe if I just delete that note, we'll make it quieter. It feels like it's clashing. Oh, it's here. There is a weird note. There's weird notes everywhere. How's it? Need more movement. I feel like maybe the cello should be doing more up and down. I don't know. Or some other instrument. Something needs to happen, I think. Give me more life. Bring more life to that section. Absolutely, Irvin. Yeah. It'll be out soon. Definitely. Once this is finished, it'll get into the queue. In for release. Maybe something new solo, synth solo, maybe melody change, something like that, I think. Yeah. Maybe it'll change a bit when, because the accordion will add some level of something. I'm not exactly sure what yet, but once that's recorded, then maybe we'll see what the result of that is and then figure it out then. Who knows? I think it's maybe like a brush, like brushed percussion sort of thing. I don't know. Yeah. The lo-fi snare is usually the better one. We'll have to figure that out, I think. Something like that. You really should just go to bed, cats. Well, guys, let me make... I'm going to make that much easier for you to choose, because I'm going to go and have some lunch. All right? This track is getting there. It's forming its vibe. It's forming its final form, which is good. The ending's great. I love the like sort of piano sort of tag out. Very, you know, like an end to a story. It's nice. Nice. Guys, thank you for hanging out. Appreciate it. Really, really do. Keeps me going. Keeps me writing stuff for the library, definitely. I will enjoy my lunch. I will. Not sure what I have yet, but we'll figure it out. 2010 Scott vibe. Nice. Vintage Scott. I love it. Guys, have a great one. I will catch you next time. Probably next week. So I've got some non-streamable work to do this week, but that's okay. I'll see you then. Have a good one. Bye.